All right. Ladies and gentlemen, good morning, first of all. How are you? Hope you're having a good day. I'm having a pretty awesome day. So there are a couple of things that I'm really excited about right now. First of all, I saw that there's a new Mastodon track out. Mastodon's one of the bands that I've been told by several of my friends that I need to get into, but I never have. And there's also a brand new Polyphia single that dropped, I think, yesterday or the day before. So we're going to take a look at both of those. But first up, we're going to look at Mastodon. I also have more Tupac on the way, more Spirit Box, more Deftones. All of that stuff is on the roster for the week, so definitely stay posted. As for this, we're going to cut the chatter and get right into this. So this is Mastodon, More Than I Could Chew. Let's take a look. So already. What is going on in this video? The use of color seems very intentional. Oh. So a couple of things. First impressions. The video for sure kind of stands out. The use of colors, the sea of red roses, and then the one barren, not necessarily dead, but leafless tree with what appears to be the devil hiding inside of it, and an unassuming, innocent woman dressed in white. The color appeared to be on her more washed out than anything else in the rest of the shot. And also there was almost like kind of like a little hokey vibe to the whole thing. So I don't know if this is like a commentary on Christianity or the story of Adam and Eve or whatever. But there did seem like that the hokiness kind of seems intentional. As for the musicianship, as for the music, as for the construction of the song, I'm digging it so far. I like the guitar seemed to be the engine of this one. There's like a you hear it, and that kind of like drives the that's kind of driving the feeling or the soundscape. And again, kind of really what I like about it too is that there's not a whole lot of overplaying. So everything kind of feels like it meshes together, and even though the guitars are driving the music, they don't overpower anything else that's going on. So I like it a lot. I'm going to pause it just for a minute because one of the things that I love about music, and for those of you who don't know, and it's probably all of you because I've never actually mentioned this before, I played trombone, classical trombone, from like fourth grade up through 12th grade. And my high school music teacher had this thing. He used to say that the most difficult thing for a musician to do and a band or a group to do consistently and accurately would be transitions. So when you move from one section of a song to another, keeping the transition seamless. A lot of times there's a change in key, a lot of times there's a change in tempo, and a lot of times there's a change in rhythm. And so coordinating all three of those things between four to, I don't know, like four members of a band up to like 80, 90, 100 members of like a classical orchestra is one of the most difficult things to do. And so at this point, I think there's been 3 or 4 different transitions. And if you go back and watch my other videos too, I kind of like, I geek out a little bit on transitions specifically for this reason, because it is one of the most difficult things to do as a musician. But yeah, I love it. And that transition into whatever this section is, savage. We're going to hear it again. Seamless. Beautiful. Wow. That was awesome. What a beautiful guitar solo, too, at the end. one of the things that I really liked about it, again, and I mentioned it in the beginning, is that it didn't seem like no instrument was overplaying any other instrument. Like, I'm gonna get into Polyphia in a minute here, and there's a lot of like, you know, they're a different band entirely, but there was this like cohesion, right, in this between the whole band, and um, at the end, bringing out the guitar solo still wasn't overplayed, right, and so it was more maybe even more like a feature than a solo, right, but it was still, I mean, still a guitar solo. And one of the things that I really respected about it is that you can tell that the guitarist, and I don't know his name, forgive me. Again, I've done no research on the band prior to this. I'm coming into this fresh, brand new, have no idea who these guys are. Um, but very articulate. Like, you can tell that he can play, but, and I mentioned this in one of my other videos about like, not just because you can shred, like, doesn't mean everything you do should be shredding, right? It's like almost like you should tease it a little bit, right? Create the anticipation, and then there is a time to be flashy, but it needs to be in context, and I think they did that really well. Overall, I loved it. Definitely going to check out more of their stuff, whether it's on the Reaction channel or not. Almost irrelevant at this point because that was awesome. So, if you guys enjoyed the video, let me know. Drop a comment. If you want to see more Mastodon, let me know. Also, hit me up with suggestions and what you think I should take a look at. I really enjoyed taking a look at this one. The video was wild, too. There was a lot of, you know, the Apple thing, right? The hokiness, or what would you say, almost satirical nature of it kind of conveys the idea that maybe this is a commentary on the story of Genesis from the Bible. Also, point of note, if anybody's interested, in 11th grade, I had a English teacher, one of the best teachers that I ever had, tell us about the story of Genesis, kind of as like a one-off thing. I mean, I went to public school, it wasn't Catholic school or anything like that, but he was just like, oh, point of note, snakes actually had arms and legs, and in the Bible, and so God's punishment to Lucifer for tempting Eve with the apple was actually just to remove the arms and legs, and that's like the folklore basis for where snakes came from in today's age. So yeah, I don't know. I thought that was cool. But I'm gonna get out of here. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. And if you did, consider subscribing to the channel and let me know what you want me to see next or do next. So, yep, that's gonna do it. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.